And on today's episode of the channel for the recently deceased, I find myself in director Tim Burton's childhood home of Burbank, California. Back in 2023, the Burbank City Council declared September 24th Tim Burton Day, and yours truly got to attend the ceremony. So come with me on a tour of the town that Burton once lovingly called the Pit of Hell. Timothy Walter Burton was born August 25th, 1958 to Bill and Jean Burton, and behind me stands his childhood home. He made his first movies in that backyard right over that fence. And it doesn't take much imagination to see that the neighborhood inspired the suburbs we see in Edward Scissorhands. You can almost picture a dark castle on the horizon. Tim was an introverted kid, he said once. I used to spend a lot of time by myself. I was a loner, making up stories and that kind of thing. His parents even walled up the windows in his bedroom, leaving only a slit. Young Tim had to climb on a desk to look outside. I never did ask them why, he admitted once. I guess they didn't want me to escape. One place he used to go to be alone was this cemetery at the end of the street. I like to go there and wonder about the scary guy who dug graves, he said. I never really hung out with other kids and always found it difficult to really connect with people, in particular girls. Looking back, it's kind of scary how solitary I was.
Sometimes I like to go for walks in graveyards.
Now, another place that young Tim used to go to be alone was, of course, the movies. And his favorite movie theater used to be right behind me here on San Fernando Boulevard, right where that exotic Thai cuisine stands now, and it was called the Cornell Theater. Tim recalls it used to show triple features for 50 cents. You could see Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, a Godzilla movie and Scream Blackula Scream, or 3 Japanese science fiction movies. It was here where he discovered horror films from England's Hammer Horror Studios and movies of Vincent Price. And it was these films that would shape young Burton into the director he would eventually become. I just want to stop and point out this tree because it looks all spooky and gnarly like a Tim Burton tree from Sleepy Hollow, doesn't it? Only a short walk from where the Cornell Theater once stood is Burbank High. Of course, back then, Tim Burton described the high school looking more foreboding like Hitchcock's hotel in Psycho. He said now it kind of looks like an airport terminal. After graduating here in 1976, Burton would enter CalArts, or the California Institute of the Arts, under the prestigious animation program. And from there, he would land his first job in the industry at the House of Mouse. Disney would put Tim Burton to work as an animator in 1981's The Fox and the Hound, and 1985's The Black Cauldron, although unfortunately they would not use any of Tim's designs for The Black Cauldron, as amazing as they were. Now in 1982, Disney would let Tim Burton direct a 6-minute stop-motion animated short called Vincent.
It's basically the story of a little boy who thinks that he's Vincent Price. And it was initially a children's book, but Rick and I made it then into a film. And it comes from my childhood experiences, and as I had sort of a identification, I thought, with Vincent Price, and that I really responded to his torment and anguish and insanity. So
Vincent Malloy is 7 years old. He's always polite and does what he's told. For a boy his age, he's considerate and nice. But he wants to be just like Vincent Price.
But despite winning film festival awards in Chicago and over in France, Disney, they just didn't understand it and thought it was too dark, and they put it away in the vault. In 1984, Disney would give Tim another shot in the form of Frankenweenie. Not the 2012 stop-motion animated film, but the original black and white short film, live action, starring Daniel Stern, Shelley Duvall, and that little kid from The Never-Ending Story. But again, just like Vincent, Disney got cold feet. They thought it was too dark, all this talk of death, and they pulled it. They didn't let anyone see it. So all seemed lost by that point, and Tim was pretty discouraged until this guy got a hold of a copy of the tape of Frankenweenie. And you know what? I think I'll save that story for another time. So, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so right now. Hit that bell icon because, as you've noticed, I'm not really posting on a regular basis. I'm trying to upload new videos once or twice a month, but hit that bell icon so you know whenever I upload a new video. From Burbank, California, Tim Burton's hometown, you're watching the channel for the recently deceased. And remember, kids, never trust the living. Bye.